This is a demonstration of how to generate a report of your students' use of the Writing and Humanities Tutoring Center through the ISIS portal, which is where you need to go first. Find the section of the class for which you'd like to generate the report and click on Edit in order to get to the roster. Once you're there, you'll see in this blue box to the left a link called Miscellaneous Reports. Click on it. Next, you'll see Student Lab / Tutor Usage. You want to click on that. Once you're there, you'll need to select again the section for which you'd like the report. I'm using one of my English ones. And after that, you'll see that you've got to specify the lab for which you want the report on that section. So you probably want the Writing and Humanities Tutoring Center. Scroll down and select that. Then hit Submit. Okay. You're there. This is it. This is a PDF, an interactive PDF, showing your students total usage to date of the Writing and Humanities Tutoring Center. Okay, I'll leave a detailed explanation of this form to a later date and just point out some of its basic features. If you have specific questions about the report that you get, just send me an email and I'll try to help you through it. To the left-ish, a list of your students' names, that is, those students of yours who visited the Writing and Humanities Tutoring Center. To the right, total semester usage, and then hours and minutes of those students' uses of the center. Between those two things, a date range covering the most recently completed week of school. And then at the very top, a banner that says click number to select a week. Alright then, if all you want is a measure of how much time your students spent in the Writing and Humanities Tutoring Center this semester, then the report as you get it is perfectly useful. Just look in this column here, total semester usage. However, if you want to identify the particular days upon which your students came into the Writing and Humanities Tutoring Center, then you will need to do some more clicking. Essentially, you're going to have to click backwards from the week in which you find yourself. I'm making this on the 20th of December, so the most recently reported date is the 19th. You'll have to click back from this week until you find the answer to your question, when specifically did my student come in to the Writing and Humanities Tutoring Center. If you have a rough idea of which week that was, then click on it and you'll get the specific day. For instance, I know that week 4 is significant here, so if I were to click on it, a whole new report is generated, and there I have it. This student, I can see, came into the center on the 22nd of September and spent 15 minutes there, while this student came into the center on the 23rd and also spent 15 minutes there. These two appointments, of course, are reflected in total semester usage to that date, the 26th, and then are compiled for basically a semester total as of week 16, once again in this right-hand column. And as you can see, this student must have come in yet a second time because his total is now 30 minutes instead of 15. Now, one quick word. These students did not come in for 15 minutes only. Chances are they were in there for 30 minutes or more. However, we had a glitch in the system early on that required some MIS folks to go into these reports, into the database, and replace each token with a 15-minute block. So sadly, an accurate account of these students' visits to the Writing Center is lost, but their visit is preserved in the form of this little 15-minute instance. In the spring semester, we hope to have all these bugs worked out, and I appreciate your patience with us as we work through them. One last thing I'd like to say is that Because the computers did fail a few times during this semester, and because it was our first using the tracking system, it's entirely possible that your student, let's say one student in particular, may have visited the Writing and Humanities Tutoring Center, not logged in, not been able to log in, is claiming to have gone, and yet obviously not showing up on your report. So if you have a case like that, maybe one that really matters, where a student has claimed that he or she went to the Writing and Humanities Tutoring Center, but you see no evidence of that in this computer-generated report, don't assume that the student is telling a lie. It may be that the computer just didn't capture that visit. And if you really need to know, you can ask me, and I can thumb through some files and locate that particular paper record of your student's visit. Of course, it'd be helpful if I knew which particular date I should be looking for, but I do have a record most likely on paper. Thanks.